So this is the deadlock detection algorithm when we are having the multiple instances of resource types are available. Because we know that if we are having the multiple instances of resource types available, then wait for graph scheme is not applicable, right? So to learn this for the multiple instances, we are having the data structures first. So we are having this available, right? So it is a vector of length m which indicates the number of available resources of each type, right, of each resource type. Next we are having the allocation matrix, right? So again, allocation matrix is a n cross m matrix which defines the number of resources of each type currently allocated to each process, right? Again, next we are having one request matrix. So here we are having the request matrix. It is also an n cross m matrix which indicates the current request of each process. That means if request I comma j equals to k, then it means that process pi is requesting k instances of resource type rj, right? Now, apart from this, these data structures or these variables we use in the algorithm, let's see the algorithm, the deadlock detection algorithm. So, as the safety algorithm, the very first step is initially what we will do, work is equals to available. We work with the algorithm with the number of resource type available, the number of instances of each resource type we are available, right? So for each processes, and we are having n processes and it is denoted by I. So for each process we'll see that if allocation of ith process is not equals to 0, what does it mean? It means that if we had allocated some instances of resource type to ith process, right? That means allocation is not equal to 0. कुछ रिसोर्स इंस्टेंसेस जो है वो ऑलरेडी एलोकेटेड हैं ith प्रोसेस के पास, उसके पास कुछ एलोकेटेड हैं. इसका मतलब क्या है? इसका मतलब ये है कि उस ith प्रोसेस का जो फिनिश है ना वो अभी फॉल्स है, वो अभी कंप्लीटली एग्जीक्यूट नहीं हुआ है. क्योंकि अगर वो कंप्लीटली एग्जीक्यूटेड होता तो उसका फिनिश ट्रू होता और उसने कुछ भी रिसोर्स एलोकेट नहीं कर रखा होता, ठीक है? अदरवाइज क्या होता? अदरवाइज ith प्रोसेस का जो फिनिश होता वो क्या होता? ट्रू होता, राइट? तो अगर वो ट्रू नहीं है, फिनिश फॉल्स है, तो आप क्या चेक करते हो? आप चेक करते हो तीन चीज़ें. एक तो ith प्रोसेस का फिनिश फॉल्स है, फिर आप चेक करते हो कि उस ith प्रोसेस की रिक्वेस्ट क्या है. बिकॉज हमारे पास यहाँ पर रिक्वेस्ट मैट्रिक्स होती है, हर प्रोसेस कुछ ना कुछ रिसोर्सेज, एडिशनल रिसोर्सेज के लिए रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा है. तो ith प्रोसेस जो रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा है, चेक करते हो क्या वो लेस देन और इक्वल टू वर्क है, क्या सफिशिएंटली जो रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा है क्या सफिशिएंटली उतने इंस्टेंसेस रिसोर्स टाइप के अवेलेबल हैं. अगर हैं तब तो आप स्टेप थर्ड पर जाते हो, और अगर ऐसा नहीं है, अगर कोई ऐसा किसी प्रोसेस की रिक्वेस्ट एग्जिस्ट नहीं कर रही है, तो आप क्या करते हो? लास्ट में चले जाते हो, लास्ट स्टेप पर चले जाते हो. एल्स आप क्या कर जाते हो? नेक्स्ट स्टेप पर जाते हो. तो अगर आप किसी प्रोसेस की रिक्वेस्ट को सेटिस्फाई कर पा रहे हो तो आप क्या कर दोगे? जब उसकी रिक्वेस्ट को सेटिस्फाई करोगे तो वो प्रोसेस कंप्लीटली एग्जीक्यूट हो जाएगा, और जब वो प्रोसेस कंप्लीटली एग्जीक्यूट हो जाएगा उसके बाद वो क्या करेगा? उसने जो रिसोर्सेज एलोकेट कर रखे थे वो रिसोर्सेज रिलीज कर देगा, और जो उसने रिसोर्सेज रिलीज करे वो वापस कहाँ जाकर ऐड हो जाएंगे? वर्क में ऐड हो जाएंगे. और ऐड होने के बाद आप क्या करोगे? उस प्रोसेस के फिनिश को ट्रू कर देते हो, राइट? ट्रू करने के बाद आप क्या करोगे? वापस से कहाँ चले जाओगे? नेक्स्ट प्रीवियस स्टेप पर चले जाओगे, फिर से नेक्स्ट प्रोसेस के लिए चेक करोगे, राइट? और एल्स वरना आप क्या करोगे? अगर आपने उस प्रोसेस के फिनिश को फॉल्स कर दिया तो आप यहाँ पर लास्ट में चेक करोगे क्या ऐसा कोई प्रोसेस है जिसका फिनिश फॉल्स है. तो अगर ये रिपीट करने के बाद भी, ठीक है, अगर आपने यहाँ पर रिपीट करा, रिपीट करने के बाद भी एट लास्ट आपने आके चेक करा क्या कोई ऐसा प्रोसेस रह गया जिसने भी कंप्लीटली एग्जीक्यूट नहीं किया है, तो अगर किसी प्रोसेस का फिनिश फॉल्स रह जाता है, इसका मतलब क्या है कि जो आपका ith प्रोसेस है वो क्या है? इज डेडलॉक्ड, वो डेडलॉक स्टेट में, तो आप डेडलॉक डिटेक्ट कर सकते हो, राइट। क्योंकि अगर सारे प्रोसेस का फिनिश ट्रू हो गया, इसका मतलब कोई भी प्रोसेस डेडलॉक स्टेट में नहीं है। बट अगर कोई प्रोसेस रह गया, इसका मतलब you are not able to satisfy the request of that process and that process is in deadlock state, right? So let's see one example on this deadlock detection through this multiple instances available, right? So again we'll see the same scenario as we are having in the banker's algorithm. We are having the resources P0, P1, P2, P3, P4. We are having the resource types. We are having 3 resource types A, B, C, right? And we are having the allocation matrix. Similarly, we are having the request matrix, right? So we are having these 2 matrices available, and we are having the available. So either we are given with the total or we are given with the available. So if we are given with the total, what we will do, we just sum up these allocation and we subtract from total minus allocation, we get the available, and sometimes directly we are given with this available. So this is 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 0, 3, 0, 3, 2, 1, 1, 0, 0, 2. This is the allocation matrix, right? Now request matrix is 0, 0, 0, 2, 0, 2, again triple 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 2, right? And available is nothing. All the resource types instances available, we had allocated all the resource types. So now we have to check that whether the system is in deadlock state or not. So how we will see? With this algorithm, initially work is equals to available. So what we will do, we check that if allocation is not equals to 0, that means that process is not finished. So one by one we pick the process and check that whether we are able to satisfy its request or not, right? So initially when we see that P0 process is requesting for nothing, when it is requesting for nothing and initially no process had been finished, this sequence is empty, right? So when, because it is requesting for nothing, so it, and nothing is available also, so what we will do, this process will get completely executed, and when it gets completely executed, we just add its allocation into the available. So what we will do, we just add this 0, 1, 0 into this available. So now available is 0, 1 and 0, right? So P0 process is completed. Now we'll go to the P2 process. So it is not less than available. Now again P2 process request for nothing. That means we can also able to execute the P2 process. So we execute the P2 process and its allocation had been allocated to the, added to the available. So its allocation is 303. So we just add up this. So now we are having 3, 1, 3. Now it is available. Now afterwards, when these are available, we check the request of P3 process. It can also be satisfied, right? Because it requests only one instance of resource type A. So that means next we can satisfy the P3 process. So when P3 is executed, so we can add this allocation to here. So we are having 5, 2, 4. Now again it requests for 2 instances of C resource type. It is available, so we can complete for P4 process. Again its allocation had been added here, so we are having 5, 2, 6. Finally when we go back to P1, now again sufficiently available, so we can have P1 process here, and the allocation of P1 had been added to here. So we are having 7, 2 and 6. And now all the processes are in this, all the finish of all the processes true now. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the processes finishes true. That means there is no deadlock is detected in the system, right? Now suppose at any instance of time the P2 process made request, right? So P2 process made one additional request of like instance of request C, right? So that means here P2 process request for 0, 0, 1 for C resource type, right? The request is like that. Then what will happen? Whether again the system is in deadlock state or not. So if it requests for 001, now the request is 001. So what will happen? If it requests for 001, so initially we will be able to execute for P0 process because it requests for nothing. But afterwards, when the resources are released, we are having 010, right? And we are having one instance of B resource type available, but it is requesting for one instance of C resource type. So afterwards, we are not able to execute for any other process. That means in the sequence, we are having only P0 process. The finish of P0 process is true only. So that means here we can say that P1, P2, P3 and P4 processes are deadlocked, right? So this way we can be able to detect the deadlock for multiple instances of resource type.